All right, Mr. Millennial, what are we getting into this afternoon?
Digging some test holes for a potential pond.
Test holes for a potential pond. You guys always want to know what the preliminary work is before we build a pond or bid a pond or look at a pond. Here it is, let's do it. All right, so this is a potential pond site for next spring. We're kind of up here doing some preliminary work to see if it's feasible and give these guys a good price on it. So here's what the potential or the wish list item would be. We do have some restrictions. We got a property line down there. We got a driveway slash property line over there. And we got the septic right here. So we definitely need to stay off the property lines, and we have to stay off the septic 50 feet. This ground, I don't know if you guys can see on camera, kind of slopes this way, then it's got a little bit of a belly of a valley in it. So basically that dam's gonna have to go down, over, and then we'll have a real small dam coming up this way. So it's not gonna be an extremely tall dam. We're hoping for 8, 10, maybe 12 feet of water in this thing, but we're gonna end up covering, what, about an acre or so?
I mapped it out, that's about 1 1/8 acres if we get it up into that top head section there.
A little over an acre. We'll call it a little over an acre. So first thing we need to do, we kind of already set the laser up, set some elevations, and got a rough idea on how tall the dam and everything's going to be. Next thing we got to do is figure out whether we got feasible dirt to build this thing. I got a feeling we're going to have some shallow rock here. I don't know what kind of dirt's on top of that rock. So basically we're going to go up here in what we call the head section, right behind the 120. We're going to dig a hole as deep as what we can, analyze the dirt, and see what we got.
Let's do it.
This property used to be owned by a rock quarry. Back in the 60s and 70s, I guess they come up here and stripped this hillside off. I don't know if you guys can see over there, but the plan was they were going to blast their way back. I know there's good limestone down deep, but I think there's some decent dirt on top of it yet. The question is, whenever they stripped it, what did they leave us? So we did have utilities marked. We got nothing to worry about there. There's that much moisture in that ground, so basically we're just going to dig down as deep as what we can, and like we probably need to have a minimum of 3 foot of some decent clay. I like to have 6 or 7 feet of decent clay. And if we hit a rock, we need to figure out what kind of rock we're into. Looking good so far. Actually, that looks really good. What you don't want to do is just show up here with a bulldozer one day and start building and have absolutely no idea what you're getting into. The deeper we go, the better the clay gets. Looking pretty good there, guys. We got about 5 or 6 feet deep. I'll show you here in a minute, but looking like some decent clay that'll pack and seal good. I got a feeling we're getting ready to get into rock here in about the next foot, though. I kind of see it changing a little bit, but right there it is. Right there it is. Solid though, it might break out. That's all, folks. Well, based on our official tape measure, I'm going about 6'2".
Based off of our official, is the dirt compactable? I mean, it's drier than a popcorn fart right now, but
You know, the main thing we want to see, you see this up here, it don't really smear. You get down into here, and this is not the best stuff, but it would definitely work. But then you get down to here, and then you mix it with this right here, and see how that smears out like that?
smears and stinks.
That's some good dirt. So we got about 2 foot of good dirt, about 2 foot of okay dirt, mixable dirt, and then we got some topsoil up there.
And another thing to mention, we don't have much gray in it.
No, which that's what gets it. That's usable dirt. My only concern is we do have a rock bottom, so we're gonna need to leave about a foot to keep that bottom capped off. The question is, if we dig a big enough hole, the wild card is, can we rip through 6 inches of rock and then is there more dirt below it?
Yeah.
We don't have the ability to dig through that with the machine we got here now, but we know what we got. So we're also high up on the hill. What are we gonna find when we go down lower on the hill?
Probably not as good. Would be my guess.
Let's find out. All right, we're going to document what we got in hole number 1. I think we're gonna move down to what'll be basically the middle of the pond right here. And we'll probably dig a couple down there on each side of the dam. If we don't like what we find there, we'll probably keep digging, but that may tell us what we need to know. So let me get this one filled back in and we'll go to the next one.
Was okay. You ready for the next one?
It might get work. Where are we going for the next one?
Follow me. Walking my deer. Before I say yes, what are we wagering?
I'm gonna go with...
No. What are we wagering? Not what we're betting on. What are we wagering?
Lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah.
Well, we split that every other day anyway. It's gotta be something different.
Let's go $100.
$100. Woo! He's feeling rich in his blood today. Now I gotta hear your details before I agree.
I guarantee you $100, 4 feet or less of your dirt.
Well, now hold on. That there can be trickery. You're saying 4 feet of good dirt, but you're the man who knows the quality of the dirt.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I got 1 through 4. You got 4 to infinity.
No, it's not in my favor. Because you can go, that's not good dirt. There's only 2 feet.
I go 4 feet to rock.
4 feet to rock. Yeah. Now that might be worth wagering on. Woo, we're significantly down the hill. I don't know if that's a good wager or not.
You look, you got 4 to infinity. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm betting all my eggs on 4 numbers.
Yeah, but I also know that was 6 feet, and we're about 6 feet in elevation lower too. No, you're not being reasonable.
You taking it back?
Let's do it. Let's not stand here. Come on, 4 foot 6 inches. Oh, heck, 4 foot 1 inch will cut it.
What's gonna happen to us though,
It'll be 4 foot a half inch. I guarantee it. Oh no!
Not sounding good there, bud.
No, that is not 4 feet. Can we ever build a pond that we don't seal against rock?
It's not good there.
No, no, but remember, the last pond we built, we had the same situation right in the center of it, and we worked around it. It's not 4 feet.
Maybe 2 feet.
Maybe. And it's not good dirt either. That top 12 inches smears ever so slightly. And there's, what, 4 inches of topsoil, so we got maybe 10 inches of dirt here.
Let's go up there on the, I'm assuming the next week will be up there on the hill behind us.
Agreed. And then when we dig in the center down here, we're gonna find the same thing again. 3 feet.
We're gonna double or nothing?
3 feet.
No, we're gonna double or nothing on the 4.
Double or nothing on the 4?
I got 4.
I'm gonna lose that. There ain't 2 foot of elevation
There's
here.
at least 3 feet here. You're closer.
I'm saying there's not 4.
So you'll go
Double or nothing, 3 feet.
I'll go double or nothing on 3 foot 6.
3 foot 6. Do I get to finish digging the hole?
No. We don't have the rock team.
It don't matter. I can make it 3 foot 6 before we leave this hole.
What's that? Double nothing on 4 feet?
Not 4 feet.
Come on now.
No. You already got more money than I got. Better dirt here. I know it. I'm feeling pretty good over here. Don't hit rock. Don't hit rock. Back to breaking even, baby. That's actually some pretty good dirt too. I can see the smear from up here. Ooh. Yeah, that's some good dirt right there. I still broke even, so it don't matter. Starting to see some chunky stuff. Yep. Oh, he still broke through that layer. You're cutting it.
This is why you dig test holes. You just never know. What
6 feet.
6 feet here?
What are we? 100 feet from the 2 foot deep hole?
Yeah. We got the best dirt in this hole. We got about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of some mediocre stuff, but then you guys can see right here, this gets into some just money stuff right down through there. And I'm not for sure, we're starting to get into some rock, but it's not solid rock. I'm not for sure if we couldn't keep going on this hole if we really wanted to, but we got what information we need for now. Look at that, perfect. That's what you want to see right there in the Built Pond.
Pretty good.
Hasn't rained in what, 12 weeks?
Yeah, it's been every bit of
We're
2
dry.
months.
That stuff right there, if it gets too wet, it gets hard to pack, it gets spongy, but it seals up good. So we fought down there on that mud pond of Kyle Canariums, but
Good find.
holding water like a champ, ain't it?
Yep.
All right. Well, I thought for sure we were gonna hit shallow rock here and that was gonna be the end of this project, no pond, but it lives on. We're gonna keep on digging, I guess.
Let's go to the core.
Yeah, so the core will be, what, that way, about 100 feet?
Yeah, just on the back side of that hump. I know for a fact there's good dirt over here when we dug test holes for the septic. But we know this hump's good. It's down in here that's questionable.
All right.
Now those test holes were only 3 feet deep because that's all the deeper we needed to go.
Right, right. All right, well, keep on scratching. All right, so that last test hole we dug was right up there. That's basically what we would consider the borrow pit, or where we'd get the dirt to build the dam. Right here, what we're digging at now is basically what would be where we'd put our core trench in. If we come to build this dam, this is where we dig our core at. So kind of dig down here once, see what kind of dirt we'd be sitting on. I'm all right with having some rock down here underneath the dam, but I'd like to have at least 4 feet of dirt before I get the rock. So according to that test hole up there above us, we'd have that. But you never know what kind of surprises you're in for around here. Kind of starts turning a little bit more gray. That's usually a pretty good sign you're close to rock. We're pretty close to our 4 feet. Hello. We are right at 4 feet. Like I said from the other holes, I don't have a tape measure on me, but we are right at 4 feet, maybe just a tick over. We do have a couple feet of some pretty good dirt and about 1 foot of some questionable dirt, and the rest of it's topsoil. I think what I'm seeing and what I'm kind of feeling and what I'm kind of starting to read here a little bit is what we're probably going to need to do is, instead of putting the dam down here, we may need to slide it up the hill here, maybe about 75 feet or so, and get us up into the better dirt. The better dirt seems to be a little bit higher up on the hill. That test hole we dug that was real shallow was right there to kind of confirm my theory. I'm going to jump over and dig one right next to that trailer. If we got good dirt over there, I think we'll be able to make something work as long as we slide this dam up just a little bit. Matt's got the laser out. Since we're pretty confident we're gonna be able to do something here, we're gonna kind of get some better elevations and see where we're at. So let me track over there, we'll punch a hole in. I just realized that I went on a road trip this weekend. I took the grade rod and the tripod out of the truck, so I think Matt's over there using a flag or a shovel handle or something for a grade rod. Super professional today, but he'll still get the job done. All right, we're gonna dig here once, which will be the other side of what's probably gonna be the core at this point. hopefully we can get about 5 feet of dirt right here. If we get about 5 feet of dirt, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I think we'll be able to make something work. I don't know if it's exactly what he wants. We'll make something work. Really good looking dirt so far. Is that about 4 feet? All right, got our last test hole dug here. It is not exactly what we wanted. We got good dirt, we just don't have the depth we need, which Matt also set the laser up. Basically coming down through here, you gotta imagine that dam's gonna kind of come down and follow that road. Right here on this corner, be about 4 foot tall, be about 8 foot tall down there in the bottom of the valley by the time we scoop some dirt out of here. I'd say that, what do you think, the deepest part between 10 and 11 feet?
Yeah, roughly.
Roughly gonna cover about an acre here. I think what we're gonna have to do to make this work is basically this whole thing is gonna have to be slid up the hill kind of away from the shallow rock into some better dirt, which I don't think they're against as homeowners, so it gets it closer to the house. It's just a little bit more work for us, since the dirt is not, since we can't borrow it as deep, we have to go out farther to bring it in, which makes it a little bit more expensive. So what are you gonna do with this information from here, sir?
Give them a real good number and land the job. That's what I'm gonna do.
Like your confidence.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys always ask what these things cost. And honestly, people, out of respect to the customer, I hate to give those numbers out. What Matt's gonna do is now we know what dirt we got, we know how high we're going, we know where the dirt's coming from. He'll kind of put some math together on how many days we plan on being here with certain pieces of equipment and do some estimates and past experience. And voila, that formula spits out a number. This will be basically a bid job with a few quotations in it. Pretty much be a set price if we get this job and land it. So you guys will just have to stay tuned and see if we're up here building a pond next spring. So we got test holes on another one already dug.
We will be digging a pond here next spring.
I like your confidence.
We will.
If we don't, it's his fault. So if you guys want a little more in-depth on the bidding process, Matt's got a lot of videos on his channel whenever he goes out and looks at these jobs ahead of me. Again, there's not actual numbers on there, but the process we go through to get to a number is all covered pretty well.
They sure do want actual numbers, but you're not getting them.
I just can't. Those numbers ain't just mine to give away. Those,
that's right.
They're the customers too. And I don't want to share that out of respect to the customer.
Well, let's be honest. Some ponds that I quote are 2 hours away, and some ponds that I quote are 10 minutes away.
Well, that's
different
too.
too.
The other thing is every pond's different, you know, based on test holes and what equipment's going to be in there and what obstacles you got to deal with, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So,
yep.
All right, we're going to get this one filled in. We're going to go about 20 minutes down the road. The homeowner actually dug test holes on another potential pond, so we're going to go check out the test holes he's already dug and see what we got there. So, road trip.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, here is the next potential site. So the ultimate goal is, hopefully you guys can see on camera how we got kind of a little bit of a lull right here. There's actually a nice little rock cliff up there, but the goal is to be to tie a dam in somewhere in that hillside, kind of run around and tie back into that bank right there. One of the obstacles we run into this one is we know for a fact we do not have enough dirt to do what we need to do if we just kind of scavenge a rob right here out of this area. So I had the homeowner's actually got a little mini excavator, so I had him coming down here and go ahead and dig some test holes where we can kind of take a look. And one thing, oh wow, we got some dirt on that one. Holy cow. One thing I was concerned about on this one is there's actually a creek right there. So sometimes in this area here, you'll end up with a random layer of gravel 5 or 6 feet down, and if you put your core in, you definitely got to get through that core. But man, he's went as deep as he can go down there, and we got a little bit of groundwater. That hole is probably 12 feet deep, and it looks like some fairly decent dirt all the way down. He dug this a few days ago, so it's already dried out, but you can kind of see that's some decent clay. I don't see a whole lot of gravel. I don't think you got any gravel. So I'd go down there and show you guys, but I'm not for sure if I'd come back up out of there. So I also had him dig a test hole up here on the hill where we're gonna rob some dirt. Whenever we come to look at this job a while back, he actually had a few test holes dug up in there. They looked fairly decent to have a little bit of gravel on them. But we got a little hump back over the hill. We're probably gonna have to haul dirt this way out of Bubba Dump. So let's go back there and check them out. You got anybody you want to get rid of? Shh. That might just be the place to put them.
Shh.
You can see.
Talk about that.
You can see though, there is a small layer of gravel down there, about 4 feet. You see it?
I do. There's some really good dirt down
there, right there. But below it, there's some really good dirt. Really good dirt. So basically, that tells us our core needs to be a minimum of about 6 feet deep. Once we get into that layer down there, we'd be perfectly fine.
Yep.
That looks pretty good. All right, let's go check out the other ones.
Uh-oh, Raggy.
Uh-oh, Shaggy. This one don't look as promising here, bud. That's sandy and rocky. I don't think we'll be getting a lot of dirt from this area.
Back slope.
Yeah, this is where this stuff here is material we can use. Like he said, the back slope kind of fill in to change our grade or our pitch a little bit, but this would not be good on the water side of the dam.
Put that down to the bottom around a little bit. Did he hit rocks?
I think it just got so hard his little machine couldn't dig it no more.
Well, that little machine has a heck of a reach.
Yeah.
That was a deep hole down there.
Well, let's go see if he didn't hit something a little better back here.
Good dirt in there.
What's the verdict?
Good dirt in there. It's got depth.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's a money hole right there.
And that means this whole knot's going to be that.
That's exactly what we needed to see. That's kind of what we thought. This is kind of that ridge or knot I was talking about. This is going to be a perfect job for Bubba Dump. If we land it, basically we can dig this whole thing out. We're going to have to haul it over there to build the dam. But there I go down in there.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious. So look at that.
Yeah.
That, I can't get none of that off there too. Got a little bit of some sandy seams in it, but by the time we mix it and load it, this is very similar to the stuff we had up there at Emmons's.
Agreed. That's good stuff. Pack's nice too.
Yeah, this is what this also might tell us too is this maybe one we can do earlier in the spring, because that dirt there will dry out faster and hold up the truck better versus that one we just looked at. So,
yeah.
All right, is there any more around here we need to look at?
Yeah, there's more.
Give you a little better idea how this would possibly lay in here. You guys kind of see that rock feature right there. The goal would be to get the water right up to the bottom of it. Obviously all these trees and stuff kind of got to go. This is kind of what Matt was trying to do at his house, but didn't quite work out for him. So hopefully we can make this one work out. Dam will basically be right across there. This one here would probably be just a little bit less than an acre, but it's going to be a little bit deeper than that other one. This one's probably going to move in about 16, 17 feet deep on this particular one. Completely different way we'd go about this one. The other one's probably going to be double dozers. This is probably going to be one dozer and Bubba Dump, mostly because of the distance we have to bring the dirt in and all these stumps and debris. We got to haul all that stuff off and dispose of it. So we actually had him dig some test holes on the hill up here behind the shop. The thought process was behind that is if we don't have good dirt over there, or if we run out of good dirt over there, we got a place we know we can go to. I hate starting these ponds with these dams and getting down towards the end and scrounging for dirt. I always want to make sure you got enough dirt before you can start, but it's gonna be a beautiful little setting right here if we get her all in there the way he wants it. So check out this hole up here by Matt. All right, what we got on this one?
Primo.
Oh, heck yeah.
We got all kinds of dirt here.
We got the dirt, boys. So what this tells us is we pretty much need to just abandon that one ridge. That second hole we looked at.
Shove it off and get it out of the way.
We need to get enough dirt out there to figure out what we need to do, because we got good dirt here and we got good dirt back there in between the two of them. That would probably be enough. But this one here looks actually very, very similar, if not even a little bit better to that other one. That'll pack in there nice. Very nice. Looks good. All right, is there one more somewhere?
Nope.
That's it?
That's it.
I will look for another one. I'm just getting into my groove looking at holes here.
We'll get in that groove.
That was a little steeper. All right, Mr. Millennial, recap this one for us.
So this is going to be another roughly an acre. Going to end up roughly 12 foot deep.
I think this one's going to be a little deeper. I think we're going to be close to 15 on this one.
Yeah, but when I say 15 and the customer gets 13, they're mad. When I say 12 and they get 13, they're happy.
I fully understand. I fully understand.
It'll be about 12 foot deep, and it's gonna kind of be like a big C shape.
Now, what's completely different from this job than the previous one is, one's the quality of dirt, the amount of dirt available. We have no limitations on septic. Well, we do have a septic over there, but it's not crowding us near as bad.
No.
We got a lot more elevation changes here, which means we got to move a lot more dirt to get the same volume of water.
Correct.
Same surface area of water, I should say. And this is going to be probably the 850J, 210, and Bubba Dump, and D4.
And skid steer.
And skid steer.
That's what I have.
And on the other job, we probably will not have Bubba Dump on that job. We'll probably have two 850s on that job.
Agreed.
I'd say both of them. This one here is probably close to a 2-week job. The other one's probably about a week and a half.
If that rock ledge wasn't there, honestly, you could probably quote it with two 850s. But since that rock ledge is there, Bubba comes in really handy.
We can build a ramp.
I know, but the rock ledge is for a water.
All you gotta do is say, Jerry, the dirt needs to go over the rock. And he's like, okay.
And Jerry, don't scar the rock. Make sure the rock still sticks out once the water's there. It's just too much when you can haul around it.
So we'll get back to this customer and get them a quote, hopefully, and Mr. Millennial does his job right.
The customer already has a quote, and we've already landed this one.
Oh, we did?
We did. We just needed to confirm the dirt was worth building upon.
So is the dirt in the right spots to make money in it, since you gave him a price already?
It's actually a little closer than what I quoted, but only by 50 feet.
Okay, that ain't gonna make a big difference.
That's not gonna make a big difference.
Well, that's news to me, guys. Sounds like we're gonna be building a pond here in the spring, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. This is going to be a pretty good one. I was concerned about gravel down there. There's a little bit in one spot, but not enough to concern me.
Well,
so
he dug right in the center down there and got to 12 feet.
Yeah. So. And a little bit of water in there, maybe back feeding out of the creek, which by the time we put the keyway in, we'll block all that off. We'll be good. So, all right. Hopefully that answers a few questions on kind of what our preliminary work looks like on these ponds. We pretty much do this or something pretty similar on every one we build.
But they're all different.
But they're all different, you know. So many guys in our area just go out there, they'll look at this and throw a number at it and have no idea what they're getting into. Sometimes they make a killing, sometimes they lose their butt. But what normally ends up happening is the pond ends up not holding water, or it's a completely different shape or size than what the customer thinks he's getting. What we didn't do on these last two ponds is a lot of times Matt will go out there and kind of flag what'll be the potential water line so they can also get a visual. This guy here already did that with his own laser, and up there on the other property, we set the two flags we could. So, anything else you want to add?
How many ponds have we built in the last 3 years?
I don't know. I lose track.
Come on, take a guess.
5, 8.
5? I was going to say 10.
It may be 10. So, you counting the one we rebuilt twice?
So, to elaborate on your... Let's not talk about that one.
We didn't technically build it. We just fixed it.
Yes. To elaborate on your comment about most guys come out here and they just start shoving dirt and they either lose their butt or they win big, right? Out of, let's call it 10, we've been marginal on one. The rest of them, we've had our standard profit in them.
Right.
And the customer was completely pleased with the outcome.
And knock on wood.
No, don't say it. Nope. Don't say it.
They're all wet.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. They're all wet. All right, guys, we're heading to the house. That's a wrap on this one. Hopefully that was some good info for a few of you. The rest of you, I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, give it a big old thumbs up. You want to make sure you see what this project looks like, and hopefully the other one in progress. I'd consider subscribing. That way we can catch you on the next one. And if you want a little bit more detail about how Matt goes about this, go check out his channel. He's got some bidding videos, some stuff like this on there. Also looking at some other types of jobs. So if you guys have interest in that, go check out NYA Millennial. Listen to that, I got it right.
For once.
First time this year, NYA Millennial. All right, me and Mr. Millennial are heading to the house. Later.